So you wanted the power data. I'm going to deliver. We're going to look at this watt by watt, second by second. It's going to be a long video. It is 20 minutes. So yeah, this is going to be my FTP effort of my favorite climb. So make sure you've got a cup of tea, make sure you've got some dates, make sure you've got some potatoes, because it's going to be a long one. So I reckon let's just get straight into it. I'm going to be pretty close to the camera because my computer is here. But let's get on to this commentary, shall we? So let's just go. I think I've tried to get this as accurate as I can watt-wise, like as in lined up to the video, because it can be a bit of a faff to try and do it. So yeah, it might be a couple of seconds out. So dun dun dun, how exciting. I actually really love doing efforts like this. Even if it's an effort up a climb, if it's an FTP effort, I just love it. I just love to be tested. So we're getting close to it now. Come on, car. Right. So at the start of it, I try and get a bit of a run up if I'm going to try and do an effort up this climb. It starts literally in a couple of seconds. So like now I'm going, that's probably a bit too much. I'm just going to lower it a little bit, because the base of this climb it gets quite steep. Well, not really steep, but it just get a little bit feisty. So yeah, this is it. This is where the segment starts. But even though it's a 20-minute effort, I'm still going to give us a thrash up the segment. So yeah. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, you can see now in the top left we've got cadence, which is around 90. We've got the grade, which is 10%, and the speed 12 kilometers. And I've sometimes, when I've done this before, I've sometimes gone way too, like I am now, I'm going way too hard at the start because I'm so excited and so eager just to get it done. But on this particular day, I was like, no, Katie, let's take it very steady. And it probably sounds a little bit like, I don't know, hippie-ish, or I don't know. But in the car, before, when I set off, I just looked at myself in the mirror and was like, Katie, you're gonna do 280 watts today. Because my previous best of a 20-minute effort was 278 watts, which I did in 2016, but I weighed like 10 or 15 kilos heavier. So yeah, so I told myself, I was like, you're gonna do 280 watts a day. And I actually did bang on 280, so that kind of stuff works. I am actually quite into that, but I'll maybe talk about that in another video. So yeah, but just look how beautiful this is. Look at the trees and the sun. Oh, I love this climb. So yeah, we're getting up to 13% now. So it is good. It's not sharp, it's quite a steady climb, but I love it. So yeah, all I did in my head and all I was thinking was just try and get around 280. Don't go harder, because at this point I wanted just to just go all out. And I was like, no, I've got 20 minutes of this. So yeah, there's no need to go that far out, or that much anyway. I was like, just keep it steady, keep it steady. One thing that I want to bring up quite quickly in this is a comment, and comments don't ever really get to me, but this particular comment really, I don't know, irritated me. And I don't get irritated very easily. But that really peed me off. So basically someone said, what power meter do you use? I use the Stages, by the way. And they said, oh, well, it's inaccurate. There's no way that you would be pushing that. I ride with some really like top level women riders and they couldn't even push that. And I'm like, hang on a minute. So, so I couldn't possibly push that power. I just like, what? Like, why? I just don't get that, because if that had, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, if that had been a guy, like, would you say that to a guy? Oh, that must be wrong. I just feel like, what, a girl can't push like that much power? Like, how, really, you can tell I got really irritated by that. And maybe it wasn't meant in that way, but I was just like, hang on, well no, it was meant in that way, because they were saying that my power is inaccurate and there's no way that could happen, because otherwise, they actually said this, otherwise I'd be winning races. And I'm like, actually buddy, I did my first crit race and I did win it, and I am going to do more crits and then we'll just see how I get on. But I just, oh God, that really irritated me. It really bugged me. And the thing is, I've worked my arse off. I've worked really hard to improve my fitness, and I was like, I'm not actually really that bothered by it, but in principle, it's not right, is it? So yeah, you can see now, 200, well, maybe it's 100 watts, maybe my power meter is 180 watts out, and maybe I'm actually pushing 100. But I did say to that, the guy who said it, let's go out and ride together and you'll just see firsthand, like, if you think I can match that, like what I'm putting out, like why would it be inaccurate? Anyway, I think that's another thing of accuracy of power meters, because like that really gets on my nerves as well, and people are like, oh God, yeah, this one's not right, this one's not right, you'll never, there's no point, that one's inaccurate. It's like, it doesn't matter. As long as the one that you've got is always inaccurate, as long as, like, do you know what I mean? Like, say the power meter that I've got, say it was 10% out or whatever, but it's always been 10% out, but I've managed to increase it, then it doesn't matter because I've increased fitness. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's just numbers, it's just a bit of fun, innit? But yeah, I love power. I love looking at power data. I love looking at numbers, and some people it's not for you. You won't be, obviously, I don't think you'll be watching this video if it's not for you, but I freaking love it. I love the confidence like it gives me to know that yes, I can hold this for this long, or like on longer rides or on climbs, or it's having that like certainty, yes, I know what I can push, and I could do this all day if I needed to, or I can go at this pace and I know I'm probably going to blow up after 5 minutes. I just like that. I like knowing that, and it's not for everyone, but I like it. So yeah, I'm just keeping it super steady around 280. Just start to flatten off soon actually. It's still 8%. Didn't realise how steep it was. I think on average it's 6%, but it's because there's a massive bit of flat and a bit of downhill at the very end of the actual segment. So overall it's classed as like 6%. Oh, it's so pretty. I love it. But let me know what's your favourite place to do like an FTP test. Because indoors, I mean, I'm rubbish on indoors. My power is just nowhere near what it is outside. I think it's because I just get hot, I just get uncomfortable. Even though I've got fans, it's not the same. Like, I love the feeling of being outside and like having road and just the nature of it, just, yeah. It's fine in winter on Zwift, but I couldn't do that all the time. The ultimate goal is to live in another country, I think, over winter. Don't know how. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that is what I would like. Just to train somewhere warm. Oh, I was actually looking on Google Earth. I was trying to match up the data actually earlier on. And I was looking on Google Maps, you know, when they go around with the van, to find out at the point, that's how you have to basically match the data to the video, is you have to, anyway. But I was on Google and it was on a sunny day and it was on this climb, and I was like, oh, the sunshine there. I mean, it's pretty sunny there, but it was cold. I was like, oh, those days where you're just in a shorts and just in a jersey and that's all you have to take out with you. Because, God, getting dressed in winter is, for riding your bike, takes a while. I mean, I'm not complaining, it's first world problems. We're lucky enough that we've got loads of winter kit that we can actually wear and ride our bikes. So I'm not complaining, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I think also as well, if you're wanting to learn or have a go at an FTP effort, then it is about like sustaining it for 20 minutes and just not going all out at the start, because I've done that before, and especially before I had a power meter, and just blowing up and just not being able to kind of finish the effort. So like there, I've gone a bit too hard. I'm going like 320 watts. I should just calm it down. But I think the goal, I don't know if I've just said this, but I think the goal is to get around 300 watts for 20, I say around, I want at least 300 watts for a 20-minute effort. Actually, these cars look like they're really close. Well, they are close, but not, it wasn't scary close. It just looked worse on the GoPro, I think. I was lucky this day. There was a little bit of tailwind as well, so that was handy. Because I know, like I said before, power is power, and if you're in a headwind, it doesn't really make any difference. It will on a segment time, but on a FTP, it won't make any difference because you're still putting power. But just mentally, like, I don't know, I just feel like it just takes my breath away. I just don't like it. So yeah, give me a bit of tailwind any day. Is this the ultimate like level of narcissism? Watching myself ride a bike and talk about it. Anyway, I don't care. You asked for it. You wanted this data, and I do actually secretly like talking about it. So I'm not even really talking about it, am I? But yeah, I'm just doing what the people want. But I actually do think that the power stuff has been essential for me getting fitter and also losing weight, because putting out that like extra effort and being able to measure it is like it's just a game, isn't it? It's a game. Everything is a game at the end of the day. I don't take this seriously. It's just fun. Although I wasn't saying that. Although one time I did an FTP with my friend Darius, he paced me up it because I didn't have a power. I didn't have a power meter at that point. So he had one and I didn't. And so he was, I think that was it. Anyway, so yeah, he started off and he was going hard and I couldn't hold his wheel. And then halfway up it, my Garmin did it auto pause or went off or did something. God, I was so angry. I was like, right, well that's ruined. And I carried on to the end, and then I got to the top and I wanted to just throw my bike in a bush. So I was like, oh, what effort for nothing. It's not even gonna have had the segment because it stopped halfway up. I think I needed a little bit more food or a little bit more sleep. What a grump. But I liked it. I like looking back at that. I think sometimes they're the most memorable days when you've had like a really bad day. Or like the days on like big days out where I've fully bonked and just been like in tears trying to shove a Cliff Bar down my neck. Yeah, you learn a lot from those rides. I'm not talking about power. Let's get back onto the data. So yes, I would keep my cadence around 90. Although that is not actually, as you've seen if you saw my Garmin data screen video, cadence is not something that I actually look at. So you'll see on that though, I just know what it's meant to feel like, so yeah. But I don't actually have cadence on there to look at. I've just learnt over time what feels good and what feels right. So yeah, sticking around 300. Then I see it and I'm like, no Katie, drop it back down. Just go steady. And it's actually quite difficult on this particular climb because you'll see as the gradient, it does vary a lot. You've got like steep, like I say steep, it's like 10, 12%, 6%, 8%, it's coming up to 9%. There's flat bits in it, so you're constantly kind of changing gear. And my gears were sticking that day actually. I need to tune them up. So yeah, you'll see, look at my cadence. I'm impressed with my cadence. It's good cadence. To not actually be monitoring it. I just know how it feels. I do like, I hope you're enjoying this. We can just look at the power data together. And I think as well, because one of my friends, Richard, he doesn't have a power meter. And we always said to him, because he's so fast anyway, I was like, if you had a power meter, you'd go faster. And he's like, no, I don't think I would. But he's been on Zwift with he's got the kicker, Wahoo kicker. And he's just on about the power and stuff. And he did his best time at like is it called Alp the Zwift? Alp the Wes. He got like a better time on it on Zwift than he did in real life because he said all he did was concentrate on a number and trying to hold that number. So I'm like, so the power did help. But it's like, oh, maybe it didn't. It's not for everyone. If numbers ruin your enjoyment of riding your bike, then just don't have one. But for me, what's he doing? Sorry, just that guy with that flag. I don't know what he was doing. But yeah, I like having power. I do love this climb as well. I think next year, yeah, I'm aiming for, I think my best time is is it 21? I think the QOM's 1930 or something, but I would really like to get the QOM. It's just like my goal just to push it. It's not something that I'm constantly like training for. It's just something that in my head I'm like, yes, I would eventually like that. We're messaging and we've got like a group chat and chatting to my friends what we're on about. Anyway, I can't remember, but they were just joking basically because I was saying that it's not all about like clothes and like the kit that you wear and the bikes you ride. Because I mean, this beautiful bike, first bike, it's nothing fancy. Don't let me hear you say that. I don't want to let it hear you say that. Hear me say that. But it's not about that. But then Darius was like, oh yeah, but I'll tell you now, if you knew that there was a bike that would get you the WQOM for 10 grand, you'd be dropping 10 grand on a bike. I mean, I wouldn't, but it would be good to have it. It's just a personal goal, isn't it? Everyone's got them for loads of different parts of their lives. And just cycling is one of the biggest parts of mine, so I like having goals a bit. So yeah, as we get up here, it gets windy as hell because it is so open, but just look at that. Is that not like a really pretty climb? It's so local to me as well. It is beaut, absolutely beaut. In summer, I love it. But yeah, look, keep looking. All my like cadence 90, around 90. Watts, actually they did start dropping it because I was like near the end and I was like, oh my God, I'm struggling. Actually, it wasn't at this point, it was when I get on the flat. I am not good on the flat. Someone else mentioned as well that it's not an accurate 20-minute power if you couldn't hold that on the flat. I mean, I don't know. I'll tell you now, the reason that I don't go as hard on the flat is for fear of a car pulling out on me. If I had a road where there were no cars and I could just go hard and it was maybe, say it was a long straight road, I could hold the power. I think I could hold it. But I think mentally, because I've had quite a few cars pull out on me, I've got this little switch in my head is like, just don't go too fast, because what if something pulls out on me, which is why I love climbing, because you're not going very fast, but you're still putting the power. I think that's what it is for me. Like when I'm on the velodrome, like if I had a power meter on there, like I'm going hard, like I'm going really, really hard, because otherwise you just drop off, don't you? Just slide down the boards. Have you all tried like riding on a velodrome? It's bloody hard. It's really, really hard work. It's fun and it's scary as well because you get up near the top, or if you're overtaking someone, you just have to keep that power, otherwise you're just going to fall off and slide down. It's good motivation though. So yeah, we're getting towards the end of it. Like we're at 17 minutes. But yeah, like here, I'm just like, right, we're nearly there. Although this has got a, it's a bit naughty actually. It's got like a fake top, fake summit. So you get towards the top, and there's another one. It took me ages to realise this. Because every time you get to it, you're like, yes, we're near the end. Then you're like, you go around the corner, you're like, bugger, it's not, we've got more to go. And the road gets really bad as well on the floor, so it's like you're riding on cobbles. But it's such a good one to have. I would recommend everyone out there getting one particular climb that you just keep going at, almost like once a year. Not once a year, I do this way more than once a year. I think I've done it 50 times total, I don't know. Anyway, just get a one climb, fairly long climb, that you do like intermittently so you can see how you're improving. Because I really like having that. I do like dovies. So yeah, I think, is this the fake top? No, I think this is the actual top now, coming up. And you'll see that my power just drops. Because it's actually a little bit of downhill as well, so it's not ideal to have a 20-minute. For me, I just like being able to push against the gradient. Oh, look at this bit of road here. Oh, it is like cobbles. You can see it shaking around. Get on to council about that. No, it's because it's so high up, you just get, if there's any snow, it's straight up there. It just ruins the road. Right, you'll see me in a minute. Oh no, this is the fake top! Yeah, you see, even then, even though I'm looking at it, I still can't recognise which one's which. I thought we'd gone round it, but we haven't. So yeah, I've got another little top to go. So can you imagine that on a 20-minute effort, on like an all-out effort trying to get a better personal best? You get to the top and you're like, no, there's more to go. So you'll see I thought my watts actually dropped a little bit around here, which yeah, they are a little bit. Just for that reason. It's mentally scarring, like look, they are dropping. Oh, come on, Katie, you can do it. Oh, that was deep, wasn't it? Sounded like a man. Oh, look at that bloody truck there. Well, it didn't feel scary, it went past, it looked bad. In fact, you should go on one of my favourite videos to watch on YouTube. It's just, there's loads of them, they're just called like Britain's Worst Drivers. And it's just loads of Brits just like swearing, but it's funny. It's not like, they're not like dangerous accidents, they're just silly things, and it's just just Google it, they're so funny. I love watching them. That's what I do when I'm not riding my bike, just watch videos, funny videos on YouTube. So yes, we're getting to the top now. You like, look in a second and look at the gradient, it just drops, it goes flat, and it goes downhill. So I'm like, come on. I've gone into the big ring here. So that's the only time that I've gone into, had to change gear a lot, I would say. No, that's not true. I'm having to change gear a fair bit up and down it because it's so undulating. Look at my watts here. Lost it. I was done. It's pretty much downhill and I'm struggling to do 200 watts. Go on, girl. That's what I think I need to try and improve on is I'm trying to overcompensate, which is never good. You just need to try and keep it steady rather than going under and then over. But yeah, I think doing crits and stuff like that, and I don't get this right. I noticed this earlier on. Went 0 watts. I didn't stop pedaling. Well, it says that I did, but I don't think I did. I don't remember it. Why would I stop pedaling? I'm determined. If I'm doing something, I'm doing it. But anyway, it might have just dropped out, just for a few seconds. So we're not far near the end now. But I think as well, like I mentioned this briefly before, doing efforts like this, I just think are just so good for fun. I also think for weight loss, just giving yourself like just a real ride just to go and push yourself all out. You just feel amazing afterwards. Like the endorphins and stuff you get is just like, woohoo! Also as well, this is obviously not just the only FTP, well it is the only FTP, sorry, the 20-minute one that I did. I also did 3 other tests, if you want me to do a video on those, because that's all going to calibrate for my winter training. So if you want me to do a specific video on each of those 4 different tests that I did, I can do a separate video on that if you want me to. Right, that is the end bit there, and that's when I was like, right, I'm done. That's the end. That's the end of that. And then I just stop. So I'm going to pause that there. That is the end of the FTP effort. So I hope you enjoyed my commentary just on general life. Yeah, if you want me to do more data videos, I could record more when I'm out on different climbs if you want me to do. But yeah, if you do want me to do the individual 4 different tests that I did to calibrate my winter training, let me know in the comments, and I will see you next video. Bye.